Anyway, in this video we're checking out the new Diatone GTB series. First, I wasn't going to make any videos on this guy because this is what they told me was a prototype. It wasn't a final version. So first they were telling me not to make any videos, and then they changed their mind and said go ahead and make some videos on this. So I have this one here. This is the 229, which is the one for 65mm props, and I also have the 3-inch version. This is the B329, so obviously for 3-inch props. I think they have the same, I don't know if they have the same motor. This is a 6500 kV motor for the 3-inch, and the 65mm version is an 8500 kV. Yes, so this one here, I believe 8500 kV, I was running it on 2S, and then this one here, I think also you can run 2S at 8500 kV on a 3-inch prop. So you can see a pretty unique design with this frame. It's like super cut out, so basically very thin skinny arms and just a skeleton of a frame. All of the arms are chamfered, so it's really nice carbon, and yeah, it's so thin that you can barely see the weave on here. It's surprisingly stiff considering how much of the carbon has been removed, and that's not really going to come out too well on the camera there, but it does flex a little, but for as thin and skinny as the frame this is, it's very little, and even when I was crashing this guy around, yeah, nothing broke, at least not yet. So they are asking me to do crash testing on this, and I'm going to do some I guess, well, to see. I don't know. Leave me some comments below on what kind of crash testing you'd like to see. But nothing illegal or just plain stupid. I'm gonna delete those comments because I know there's people out there, there's kids out there are gonna be like, oh, you know, do something stupid like fly it into a police car or something. Yeah, yes, you can see those kind of comments out there. Anyway, so here's the weight of this guy. 43.15 grams. I do have a little micro fly sky receiver in there. This is all up, not all of it, all the total weight without the battery, and so pretty light. And I think that it's probably for the toothpick class, probably say it's pretty average in terms of the weight. Oh, let me just also show you the weight of the 3-inch version. I don't have the, I'm not sure what to do with the props for this one, but let's give you the weight without the props. This one is coming also at 43. I believe the props were like around a gram and a half, so add about 6 grams to this, I think, or 4 to 6 grams to this weight for the props. And obviously, if you use different props, they're going to weigh a little bit different as well. Now they are using these this new stack here that I haven't seen before. It's a 16 by 16 stack, 4 AC flight controller and video transmitter, and then this is the Newbie Drone Goober canopy and the BI camera, and this is the thing. This is the reason why that's still in the prototype stage, because I think they're going to change either the camera and the canopy or just the camera, because people were complaining about the camera. The camera is pretty good for the Acroby on indoors, because most people fly those indoors, but when you take this outdoors in some challenging lighting conditions, this camera the performance does suffer a bit. So that's the thing that they're looking to change before they finalize this. So that's why this is called a prototype review, not a final review. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously specs could change, so I'm not going to go over all that. I think you can see some of those on the Banggood website. You know, again, take that with a grain of salt. Those things might change. The things are still up in the air in the sky, but it's pretty close to being final. I think the motors are final, and obviously this frame is final. I think the stack is also pretty much final. So I think what they're just looking at is the canopy. So take my word for that. That's the last thing I've heard, but obviously things are in flux and are changing on kind of a daily basis, actually. So here's some flight footage for you. Yeah, it does perform pretty well on super high throttle. I can tell that the props are flattening out. So maybe a throttle cut could be put in here. I don't think they did too much tuning on this one before they sent it, so I haven't really messed with the tune too much. But as long as you're not above about 80% throttle, this seems to be fine. This is pretty typical of this class with this motor and this prop at really high RPMs. Because of the flexible nature of this prop and the design, it does flatten out, and you get that. I forget what the terminology is, but it basically the power just kind of drops off at the top end. So you might as well just put in a throttle cut there, or throttle curve or something, so that you don't use that top part, because it just basically becomes very inefficient at the very top. But other than that, it's very fun to fly, even on 2S. Pretty quiet, and you'll see in the flight demo I'm going to show you that. Yeah, it moves around very nicely. It's a good flyer. I think this is going to be a very popular model once they've ironed out all the details. And it's the fact that you don't have to build it, comes already sort of, all the kinks sort of worked out already, because I know a lot of people have struggled building these things because they're so tiny, and the components and matching all the components is kind of tough. This is what Diatone is doing. They're doing all that work right now. Obviously, they've been working with KababFPV, and this is a collaboration project, and they're using his ideas on this class. So you're going to get sort of like basically a pretty good all-around build and good performance within sort of this particular class, and what people should expect for this particular class. So if you're not looking to build and going on that adventure of finding all the right parts and everything, Diatone here is doing all that work for you. So we'd definitely wait to see this one come out. It should be pretty soon. I think probably within the next few weeks. And yeah, if you're not looking to spend time building and researching all that, they've done all that work for you. So definitely check this one out. Anyway, guys, here's some more flight footage, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, crazy.
This thing's being pushed around by the wind.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's got a little bit of like a pop is oscillating or something.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh.
I went off the top of it.
Yeah, dude. You like almost like looped through it.
It's kind of, battery's lasted forever.
Yeah, it's lasting a long time.